Good evening, and welcome to Hothouse 3. In the first term of Writing for Actors, students write a 10-minute play. This format challenges the writer to squeeze all the features of a full-length play, plot, character, and theme into a short format. With many festivals devoted to short-form writing, a 10-minute play is an essential part of the writer's portfolio. This evening, we bring you 5 short plays. The subject matter varies, but be advised that some of the plays contain mature subject matter and strong language. Thank you to Dan Polanen, Academic Chair, Media Studies, and Terry Loreto Valentic, Coordinator for Scriptwriting and Performing Arts, for their support for this event. Of course, we couldn't bring you Hothouse without an ensemble of talented actors. Tonight, our casts include professional actor Rachel Oyster and students from Algonquin's Performing Arts Program, Douglas Campbell, Chloe Tudor, Sydney Moon, and Maggie Decady. And thank you to our playwrights, Aaron Lynch, Arthur Bullock, Ryan Kenny, Fiona Fox, and Vishal Ashvin Prajapati, all students of Writing for Actors, for your imagination and hard work in bringing these stories to life. Thank you to everyone involved in Hothouse for your patience and your talent, and thank you to you, our audience, for joining us online for this presentation. And now, I turn you over to the playwrights. Enjoy.
Good evening, my name is Aaron Lynch, and I'm the author of this stage play titled Zorschlong's Destroy the Moon. In the story, 2 humanoid extraterrestrials visit the planet Earth to confront a movie producer about anti-alien themes in their content. It's the first stage play I've ever written. I enjoyed writing it, and I hope you enjoy it as well.
Scene 1, lights up. Zigrilbitz sits in a chair watching a tablet.
I'm finally getting around to reviewing these human entertainment transmissions. I'm a bit troubled by the disturbing amount of anti-alien themes in their content.
Zerbel enters with a glowing, steaming pot of tea.
What are aliens?
Well, to them, we are the aliens, extraterrestrial life forms not from their planet. And judging by these little fictional fantasies they broadcast, they don't seem to like us very much. In fact, you might even say that they hate us.
That sounds silly. Why would they hate us? They don't even know us. Besides, they wouldn't even have the technology to create these audio-visual presentations if not for our intervention.
Explosions and epic music is heard from the tablet while Zerbel pours tea. Tablet, filthy aliens, die, die, die!
Humans simply fear what they can't understand.
Well, maybe if they got to know us.
Yes, if they got to know us.
Maybe leave out the fact that we love the taste of human brains.
Yes, that will be our little secret. See, this is just pure hate. Who made this shit? Benny Weisenstein? I say we take a trip to Earth and have a little chat with Benny.
Oh, a trip to Earth? Oh, that sounds lovely.
Sharpen your teeth. We're going to Hollywood, baby.
Scene 2. Benny sits at a chair, smoking a cigar and yelling into a phone.
Unavailable? What do you mean they're unavailable? Make them available. Oh, dead? They're fucking dead? Are you fucking kidding me? That lazy piece of shit finally decided to just lay down and die, huh? Thank fuck.
Zerbel and Zerglibz beam into the room.
Yeah. Tom Hardy will have to do. I want him on set by Tuesday.
Benny sets down the phone, blinks his eyes at the 2 alien creatures.
What the fuck is this? Okay. No more Xanax and scotch.
Benny Weisenstein?
What? You're real? I thought I was hallucinating. Who the hell let you in here?
My name is Zerglibs, and this is my companion Zerbel.
Zerglibs and Zerbel. Okay. I don't know how you got in here, but I'm not too fond of surprise visits. last guy who came in here unannounced.
He takes out a revolver and points it at Zerblitz.
Bang, bang.
Apologies, Mr. Weisenstein, but we really thought it was important to have a talk about the themes represented in some of the fictions that you're producing.
Benny pours himself scotch.
You have 5 minutes before I call security.
We have noticed quite a few reoccurring themes in your films. The unrelenting vilification of species aliens to your planet. It's ignorant, divisive, and highly offensive.
Vilification of alien species, eh? I guess I never really thought about it that way. All these films I've produced grossing millions upon millions of dollars, and I never even considered that I might be hurting your feelings.
Benny grabs a tissue box off the desk, holds it towards them.
Here's a tissue for your little alien
He
tears.
pads a tissue under Zerbel's eyes.
Ugh, he thinks we cry out of our face. Does this man's ignorance hold no bounds?
Listen, I don't know what things are like where you come from, but audiences on Earth love a good enemy. Humans want to feel vicariously powerful and relevant in the face of existential oblivion, and aliens are the perfect boogeyman to overcome. It's such an effective format to satiate our desire to be relevant. And honestly, up until this point, I thought aliens were just that. A horror. A fiction. Designed to scratch a primal itch. It's nothing personal.
Well, that's why we are here. To enlighten you to the fact that extraterrestrials do exist. And that we are increasingly disturbed by the way we are being portrayed in your productions.
Fair enough. But what's in it for me? I mean, I've made a formidable career churning this stuff out. I give the people what they want. Your kind hasn't even made an official appearance. Not on television, social media. Weird lights in the sky? That's no way to communicate in this day and age. No one can prove that you exist. How exactly are they supposed to empathize?
We have determined that due to the human paradigm, the psychological and sociological impact on your species would be too great if we were to make our appearance known to you. Which is why we appeal to you privately, Mr. Weisenstein. Stop the hate.
No.
Pardon?
I said no. I've made a fortune, nay, an empire on sci-fi action flicks, and I refuse to stop because it hurts your feelings. So what? The Earthlings like to watch aliens getting blown up. Who cares? Are you really that sensitive? Besides, what are you going to do? Blow the planet up or something?
I was thinking about it, but then I thought it would be far easier to blow up your moon. Without the moon's gravitational pull, the planet wouldn't wobble in orbit. No seasons, no tides. The environmental consequences that would result will surely annihilate the entire human species, and you wouldn't even see it coming.
Silly humans. So busy protecting their planet, they completely forgot to protect the moon.
You know, that's a brilliant idea. Zorschlongs destroy the moon. There's a plot there.
What, pray tell, are Zorschlongs?
You're Zorschlongs.
Benny pulls out a notebook and pen, starts drawing.
We most certainly are not called Zorschlongs.
You are now. I just named you. Zorschlongs. See?
He holds up the notebook, points to the words Zorschlongs on the page, and illustrations of an alien ship blowing up the moon.
Zorschlongs destroy the moon. Yeah, that could be my next feature. Zorschlongs destroy the moon.
He continues drawing. Zerbel and Zerglebitz step to the side.
This man is insufferable.
Yes, seriously, fuck this guy. I'm gonna blow up that moon and make his stupid dreams come true. Funny, it takes one bad apple to spoil the bunch and one ignorant butt bag to doom the entire human race.
Can we take a look around first? It's been ages since I've been to Earth. I haven't seen the pyramids since the installation. Maybe we could visit the old Queen of England for one last hurrah before we smoke its species out of existence.
The Queen of England is the last thing I want to see right now. Let's just have a stroll and get a hot dog, okay?
Scene 3. Zerbel and Zerglebitz walk down the street with half-eaten hot dogs. They put the hot dogs in their armpit.
Isn't it so weird how humans eat through their talking hole?
Yeah. Why would you not have specific holes for specific things? It's pretty simple. I'm so disappointed in this species.
The hot dog is good, though.
At least they do some things right.
They really do. And, you know, when I think of it, I don't really mind those alien movies. I think they're kind of rad.
Yes, maybe I'm projecting.
Maybe we shouldn't take it too personally if humans are a bit ignorant sometimes. I mean, who really cares? They have an average lifespan of like 75 years. Forget about it.
Yeah, you're probably right. They know not what they do.
So maybe if we're being truly open-minded, we can forgive them for their faults. Maybe not blow up their moon?
You know what? I do. I do forgive them for their faults.
He takes out his phone and starts poking it. Zerbal looks at the phone.
So why are you blowing up the moon right now?
Zerbix points the phone to the sky and starts recording.
Who's a movie producer now?
Fade to black. End of play.
Hello, my name is Arthur Bullock, and today I'm proud to present to you my play, Gemini Sisters. I wrote it as a snippet of a larger story, one that I haven't quite written yet, but both the play itself and the larger story focus on the same themes: good versus evil, right versus wrong, and the ambiguity between them. I have strong feelings about right and wrong myself, so I wanted to write a story that questions what it means to do, or be, good. Cutting it down to 10 minutes and 4 characters wasn't easy, but I feel like the challenge of it would have been by writing better in the end. Even though I created it with a larger story in my mind, I'm also proud of the story it tells by itself. I hope you enjoy it too.
Scene 1. Lights up on an alleyway covered in graffiti, with boarded-up windows and doors visible along its length. Jen and Annie are leaning against the wall, using a large dumpster as cover.
You really think Chance will show up?
If anyone's going to hear us out, it'll be him.
I'm still not sure if this is a good idea. If we just left the city...
Leaving the city won't get us out of trouble. One of them is bound to track us down no matter where we run. We've got to make sure they won't come after us.
I guess this is what we get for using zodiac signs as code names. But even then, I really think we should try to resolve this peacefully.
Trying is fine, but let's not take violence off the table. We might still need it.
Don't be like that. After all we've been through, surely he can at least call off the hunt?
They won't need a reason to hunt us down in the first place if he's too dead to pay them.
It doesn't have to come to that. Chance likes us, and Zane likes Chance, and hopefully he still likes us too.
Jen?
Chance steps into the alley, glancing around nervously.
Jen? Annie? Are you in there?
Jan steps into Chance's view while Annie remains hidden.
I'm here, Chance.
Oh my god, it really is you.
Chance hurries over to her, but she holds up a hand.
Not that close. Don't forget why we're meeting up like this.
Right, sorry. It's just that I thought I'd never see you again. I'm glad you're here, even under the circumstances.
So am I. Hopefully this all works out peacefully. Is Zane coming too?
He said he would. What about Annie? I know you two are never far apart.
Don't worry about that. She's already closer than you might think.
Close enough to be behind that dumpster.
Annie steps out.
Not my fault this alley doesn't have any good hiding spots.
Why'd you choose it as a meeting spot then?
Well, if we can't hide here, then neither can anyone else. Everyone's out in the open, so to speak.
You say that like you think we might hurt you.
Well, Zane sounded like he was one step away from putting a bounty on our heads. So I'd say it's a fair assumption to make.
Okay, yes, I know it looks bad, but come on, we're not just some gang of thugs.
We're criminals, Chance. We hurt people for money.
Robin Hood hurt people for money too. They called him an outlaw at the time, But now he's famous. Rob from the rich, give to the poor, remember?
Robin Hood was also heroic, but being in the gang doesn't make me feel like a hero. Not anymore.
What do you mean? You're the Gemini sisters. Everyone talks about you.
Yeah, in hushed tones and scary bedtime stories. Sure, they think we're cool, but they're also afraid of us.
I want to inspire people to be better for its own sake, not because they think I might come after them if they don't.
Guess you're not planning on coming back then.
No, we're not. I'm sorry, but we can't keep doing this.
Zane walks into the alley. Jen, Annie, and Chance face him.
And why not?
Hello, Zane.
There you are. I was wondering if you'd showed up.
How could I not? You've caused a lot of trouble for me over the past few weeks. And now you're offering to explain yourself. The least I can do is let you.
I don't suppose you came unarmed? Would that be too much to hope for?
Well, did you?
You know what? That's fair.
So what if we're all armed? That doesn't mean we have to fight. I just want to know why you guys are trying so hard to leave.
I'd like to know that too. After all, you two didn't just pack your bags and leave quietly. You stole money from me, sabotaged critical supplies, and even injured some of my guards on the way out.
They'll live, trust me. I'd know.
Of course you would. You two are my best assassins. And you were with us from the very beginning. We started all this together, as friends. If you truly wanted to leave out of the blue, you could have at least told me.
Would you really have let us?
Even then, you could have gotten out quietly without drawing attention to yourselves. You didn't have to cause so much damage as you left. I'd still be disappointed, but I wouldn't have directly lost money on it. I wouldn't be risking my reputation by turning a blind eye to what you've done.
Oh, is this about your reputation now?
Some people think I let you leave. Chance says he tried to stop you, and that you beat him in a fight.
They did. They were really strong.
But you'd never leave someone with so few injuries. If you really had to fight him, you'd have at least broken a few of his bones. Granted, you would have felt bad about it, but you two always do what's necessary to succeed, even when your goal is, apparently, breaking your way out of the organization we built together.
Guys, are you okay?
You wouldn't get it, Zane. You were never the one to get your hands dirty, and if you did, it was because you had to. You'd kill quietly, too. A vial of poison or a bullet to the back of the head, and then you leave with no one the wiser. That's why you are Scorpio. But when you send us, you send a message, and everyone in the city hears it. They all know who we killed, and they usually know how and why, too.
You never seemed to have a problem with that before.
Because I thought it was worth it before. I thought we'd only be hurting people who deserved it, and for a while, that was all it was. Extorting a rich man into funding a new homeless shelter, or canceling his plans to build a highway through a nature reserve. But then, we started getting bigger, and suddenly we weren't just dealing with the people at the top. We had to worry about the police or other gangs or civilians who knew too much.
You know, they call it the criminal underworld for a reason, sis.
I know that. I just never thought we'd actually be a part of it. I thought we'd be above all that. Better somehow.
I understand how you feel, Jen. I really do. But all of this is for a good cause. We started the gang in the first place to help people, to make sure things got better for once. And haven't they? There's lower crime rates, less corruption, and more support for the people on the streets.
Because we stole some money, threatened some people, and killed a bunch of others.
Because we did what needed to be done. Everyone talks about eating the rich and making things better for all the little people at the bottom. People like that won't just change out of the goodness of their hearts. There needs to be a movement that forces them to change. And sometimes peaceful protest isn't enough. Sometimes there are casualties or even collateral damage. But that's the price of taking real action. Without those sacrifices, all you have left are empty words shouted at people who will never listen. Why would they bother when the status quo keeps them at the top?
And why would you?
Excuse me?
We've all put a lot of work into this, and I won't deny it's paid off, but for whom? Yes, more poor people can afford to buy food, and more homeless people have a place to take shelter at night, but you own a fancy house and live in the rich side of town, surrounded by the people you're so eager to take down. None of them can touch you, of course, but you're not living like the people you say you want to help.
I used to. We all did, and we all deserve better.
Everyone deserves better, but even now, not everyone gets it. If it all ends with you having more money than everyone else and owning a bigger house, then aren't you just a nicer version of all the rich people you hate so much? Wouldn't things go right to the way they were back a few generations ago?
How dare you? I live where I do because it's secure, and I keep money so that I can afford to pay for security. Anything less, and my life would be in constant danger. After all I've done to provide for the city, shouldn't my record speak for itself? Why should I put a target on my back just to prove myself, when so much depends on me?
I get it, man. You have good intentions. But there's a certain saying about paving the road with those, and where it ends up leading you.
I'm not a monster, Annie. And if I am, then so are you. Can you honestly look me in the eyes and tell me that you feel bad about what you've done?
Not gonna bother, because I don't. But my sister does, and she means more to me than anything else in the world. If she leaves, I'm going with her. No questions asked.
All right, what about you then, Jen? Am I a monster? Is that why your sister just insulted me?
I don't know, Zane. If it was just you doing all the bad things we just talked about, I could look past it, honestly. There are a lot of things I could do to save my own life, but holding a grudge isn't one of them.
What is it then? What's so monstrous about all this that you have to leave?
I am. I've done the worst out of all of those, and I've got no good deeds to show for it. When someone else builds a library, I kill the guy who tried to burn it down. When someone holds a speech promoting peace, love, and equality, I put a bullet in the sniper who would have interrupted it. And now, instead of cheering or asking for autographs when I walk by, people hold their children close and look the other way.
Jen.
If someone profits off of what we've done, it shouldn't be me. I don't deserve it. I want to do something positive with my life and bring something good into the world, but I can't do it here. That's why I need to be somewhere else, doing something else. If you feel like you're doing good right now, then I sincerely wish you the best of luck.
If you leave, you can't come back. Not for a while, at least. But if that's what you really want, I'll make sure no one gets in your way.
Then you have our answer. Thank you for hearing us out, Zane.
It'll all be worth it. One day you'll see. I hope whatever you do next is worthwhile as well.
Zane exits. The sisters start to leave too. Chance calls out to them.
Wait. We can still keep in touch, right? We're still friends, right?
Of course, Chance. I still care about both of you. This is just something I need to do for myself.
You know, for a guy codenamed Cancer, you're not all that crappy.
Thanks. I guess this is goodbye for now, then.
Yeah. See you later, Chance.
Annie waves goodbye. They leave in opposite directions. Lights down. End of play.
Hi, my name is Ryan Kinney, and my script is Wolf of the Past. This is my first time trying to write in a genre of this category being thriller, since I'm more used to writing superhero action-based stuff, but I thought I'd try my hand at something new and different. And I think overall I have a nice little story with decent characters and a decent plot. And one thing I want to make sure of is that don't try and take it too seriously, because I just want people to have a bit of fun with this type of script. So please, just try your best and don't overstress it.
Scene 1. Lights up at a campground in a forest. Sound of wind and rustling leaves. Enter Rosa and Robin. They sit down next to each other by the campfire. Rosa reaches in her pocket to grab her phone while Robin lights the fire.
Man, the weather is great today, isn't it, Rosa? I hope the weather stays good for the rest of the trip, don't you?
Rosa remains unresponsive as she continues to use her phone. Robin reaches over, gives her a shake.
Oh, sorry. Robin, I didn't mean to ignore you. Yeah, I hope the weather's good too.
Robin
Rosa-
turns back to the fire, and Rosa goes back on her phone.
Rosa, are you feeling okay?
I'm fine, Robin. Just don't worry about me, okay?
That's a bit hard to do, you know. I mean, I'm your boyfriend. If I didn't worry about you, what kind of guy would I be?
He reaches over and takes Rosa's phone.
What the hell?
Look, just listen to me. I know you haven't been feeling well these past few months. I also know that you've been having nightmares.
Yeah, that stuff happened. What's your point?
My point is that I want you to tell me what's wrong. You've been sulking around ever since we got here.
Maybe I just like to sulk. Maybe I just like to stay inside. I don't need to be interrogated about what I like to do, okay?
Why are you acting like this? I took time out of my schedule so that we could take this trip. We've both been wanting to go camping for like 4 years. You said nothing the entire ride over here. And you've been all depressed when we're unpacking our stuff.
Rosa starts to exit. Robin grabs her.
Rosa, please. I just want to help you, okay? We've been honest with each other for as long as I can remember, and I don't want that to stop. Please, tell me what's wrong.
All right, fine, you win.
Robin leads Rosa back to the campfire.
You already know that I've been having nightmares for the past few months. I used to have them as a kid. I don't know why I'm having them now.
Was there any sort of event or whatever that could have triggered those nightmares to come back?
She looks around nervously. The wind picks up. Lights dim.
I was helping out my grandma last year. She needed help moving some furniture around her apartment. I was on my way over there and then...
But then what? Did you run into someone on your way over there?
No, it wasn't any sort of man or woman. It was a dog. A really big dog. It was growling a lot, and that look it gave me before attacking me, it was pure craziness. I remember when it bit into my arm. It tackled me to the ground. It was growling so much, and it looked like it wanted to kill me. I was so scared, but I couldn't make any sounds. It was like my voice left my body. Why did it do that to me?
Picks up. Area goes dark. Rosa turns around and sees two shadowy figures with a gigantic wolf from the shadows approaching.
Stay away from me. I didn't do anything to you, so leave me alone.
She steps back, is about to fall into the fire. Robin catches her.
Rosa, look at me. Just breathe, okay? Repeat after me. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out.
How are you so good at that? Just calming people down with so little effort?
Well, I have a lot of practice with that, but let's not get off topic. Do you remember what happened after that?
I remember closing my eyes, just waiting for it to rip out my throat, but when I opened my eyes, nothing was there. No bite marks were in my arm, like the dog wasn't even there to begin with.
I think I've heard of people experiencing something like that before. Experiencing some sort of waking nightmare. It usually stems from something that happened to them, to the person in the past. Were you ever attacked by a dog before?
I was 7 years old. I was walking home from school, down a path in the forest. I was just walking along with no care in the world, and then from out of the forest a giant dog rushed out and bit my left arm. I screamed and tried to pull my arm away, but the dog wouldn't let go. I don't remember what happened after that, but when I opened my eyes, I was lying in a hospital bed with my left arm wrapped up in bandages.
I don't know what to say. That sounds like quite an experience. I'm sorry.
Don't be. You didn't do anything wrong.
So you couldn't tell me anything that happened because of what happened to you as a kid?
Yeah. I'm so sorry, Robin. I never meant to be so secretive. It's really hard to talk about.
They hug.
It's okay, Rosa. I honestly would have done the same thing. I'm just glad you finally talked about it. But if you ever experience something like that again, please, talk to me first.
I will, Robin. You won't need to worry about that. Anyway, we still have some sun left. How about we roast some marshmallows?
Yeah, I'd like that.
Exit Robin and Rosa. Lights fade. End of play.
Hello, my name is Fiona Fox, and my play is called Radio Silence. When two office workers, Sam and Ren, donate blood, they hear snippets of a public radio broadcast that talks about an emergency. However, the two are unable to move without affecting the donation process and begin to fear for their lives. I love writing murder mysteries and thrillers and anything that builds intrigue, so this play was a lot of fun for me to write. I hope you enjoy.
Scene 1. Lights up on a small room with white walls. The only decor in the room is an analog clock and a frosted window. Sam and Ren sit in matching chairs facing the wall with the window. Each has needles in their outstretched arms. They are in the process of giving blood. Ren tinkers with a small radio.
First time?
Yeah. I'll be fine, though.
You'll get used to the feeling. Soon enough.
I'm Sam.
It'd be hard to miss the CEO.
I'm sorry. I don't know your name.
My name's Ren. Maintenance.
Ren extends a free hand, careful not to move the other arm. Sam reaches out, but they're too far from one another to complete a handshake.
Oh, right. Sorry.
That's all right.
Ren goes back to tinkering with the radio.
Bad connection?
Perks of being in the basement.
Haven't seen anyone with those in a while. I guess everyone uses their phones now.
Missing something?
My phone. I left it in my jacket.
Well, we only have another 8 minutes. Don't think you'll make the distance without moving your arm.
Ren continues to fidget with the radio. Sounds of radio static. Voice of radio broadcaster cuts through.
Out of isolation, we've had reports of witnesses seeing them, particularly after dusk.
Radio broadcaster's voice is disjointed from a weak signal.
Though it's been previously unproven, several cities in the country are releasing statements about sightings.
Do you know what this is about?
Nope.
We're still awaiting we've received a message that the official statement has just been released. The government is advising people to stay indoors and stay vigilant. They're calling them...
Starts to crackle. Voice is lost. Ren fumbles with the radio, trying to regain the signal.
What do they mean?
I don't know.
If I could just reach my phone.
You're not supposed to move the arm.
I know.
Government's involved. Must be something.
But couldn't it be nothing?
Maybe.
They've been wrong before. The nurse should be back to check on us by now.
The nurse also seemed tired, and we're the last lot on the schedule.
Someone has to be back.
They'll be back when we're done.
Surely they'll come before that. I mean, they're trained professionals.
We'll have to wait and see. Some trained professionals are only trained professionals when convenient.
You can do this. It's only 6 minutes now. Fear is just chemicals releasing in the brain. Just little chemicals. They'd tell us if there was some emergency outside, wouldn't they?
I mean, would they? On airplanes, they always tell you to put on your oxygen mask before assisting others.
And?
If there was an emergency, they'd be getting themselves to safety and getting us afterwards. Besides, the room the nurses are in, we're closer to the exit.
No, they'd come right back for us. So oh my God.
What?
Out the window, I saw something move.
What?
I saw a shadow move. Something's not right.
I didn't see anything. Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Well, what did it look like?
I couldn't see it through the glass.
A scream from the radio pierces the room.
That is live from Toronto, where the situation is quickly degenerating. Already 25 people have been reported missing and many more.
Static cuts off the broadcast.
See? I need to leave. Now.
Okay, I'll call for help.
Shh. If there's something out there, they'll know exactly where we are.
What do we do then?
I just need to think. We need to get out of here. Find somewhere to hide, somewhere safe.
You can't just rip the needle out yourself.
Why not?
You could do some kind of damage.
Worse than sitting here and waiting for whatever's out there? I can do this myself.
Stop! I can do it. I've seen the nurses do it enough times to know how.
How are you going to get over here? You're going to have to take out yours first.
Yeah, I know.
And the blood, will it spill out?
I don't think so. I don't know.
All right, then.
You sure?
Yeah, we got to get out of here.
Wait just a second. Someone might be back.
What?
Who knows? The nurse might be back.
You just talked about how tired
Well, who knows? You know?
Ren, there's something out there. We need to get out of here.
Shut up.
They hear the faint sound of footsteps and the sounds of the nurse's voice.
Look, I gotta get out of here. I can't.
Voice and footsteps fade away.
They're not coming back for us. We have to leave, figure out what's going on.
What do you think it could be?
I don't know. They said the sightings were at night. And the shadow, it looked shapeless, like a ghost.
Ghosts. You believe in ghosts?
Doesn't matter if I believe in them or not. Just help me with this.
Okay. I just need to make sure it...
What?
Blood. It could be useful.
I know. Of course, we're here, getting drained of our life source while there's an emergency outside.
Aliens. You believe in them?
Look, I don't know. Just help me get out of here.
Where will you go?
I don't know. I'd find somewhere safe. Doesn't matter. I'll figure it out.
All right. I just need to make sure I don't nick the back. Burst in a vein can be lethal. I've heard. Let's out the pressure. See, we all need a bit of pressure to keep going.
You know what?
Sam slumps in the chair.
I feel sick.
Sam, if there's something out there, then you have to stay awake.
What?
Sam!
I don't feel well.
We'll get
Radio
through this.
falls to the floor as Ren leans over. Static fills the room. Ren reaches a hand towards Sam.
We'll get through this.
You know, I just signed up for this because it looked bad for the CEO not to give blood.
That doesn't matter now.
I'm sorry I didn't know your name.
Stay with me, Sam.
Don't leave me.
I'll be right here. You're doing great.
Trying to. The nurse,
A nurse is on the way. Sam, talk to me. Tell me something about yourself.
I'm scared.
I know. It'll be all right.
Shelters all over the city.
You hear that? There are shelters, Sam.
Sam slumps in the chair.
Sam, wake up. Come on. Sam.
Ren grabs the needle. Seconds away from pulling it out, the door opens. Lights down.
Thank you for joining us for our show, Up is Down.
End of play. Dream of an Airplane by Vishal Prajapati takes us inside the imagination of Manny, a family man who dreams of owning a remarkable aerial invention that will allow him to soar above his troubles. As he tries to convince those around him of the beauty and wisdom of investing in this remarkable invention, Manny takes us on a flight that captures the heartfelt aspirations of all who long to soar away from earthly constraints. Scene 1. The sound of an airplane flying over the roof of the house. The sound of a newspaper turning. Lights up.
Hey, Shaku, do you listen? Just come here.
What is it? I'm busy in the kitchen.
Oh, come here for 2 minutes. An interesting news is published today.
Look, if I will start reading the newspaper early in the morning, Shiva will be late for going to school, and you will reach the office at lunchtime.
Just come here. Such a news has been published in the newspaper that if this thing becomes true, then your childhood dream will come true.
Look,
Enter Shaku.
Look, don't you talk about my childhood dreams. Ever since I got married, you have not made a single effort for any of my dreams. So now I neither dream nor remember the old dreams. Yes, I had a dream for a long time that I would pass the college, but in the affair of this household, that dream of mine is also got broken. Not only my son Shivu will fulfill this dream of mine, it is futile to expect anything from you.
Oh, darling, speak slowly. Why are you hell-bent on revealing my biodata to the neighbors? With great difficulty somehow, I have managed to do college in 3 years and BA in 5 years. Now for you, should I sit again in the college exam?
Now come to the point quickly and stop repeating everything. The food is on the stove, and if it burns, Shiva will go to school without eating.
Look, it is written in the newspaper that Latvian scientists are making a 2-seater airplane, which is light and small. Its cost is only 5 lakh rupees.
Stop ordering this newspaper from tomorrow. It's been 2 months since April 1st, and these people are celebrating April's Fools today. That my vegetable is getting burnt. Do you only read? I don't know what kind of office you go to that doesn't even open before 11 o'clock. Now that Gyanchang will also come to gossip with you.
You just passed 10th grade. Whenever the airplane passes over the roof, you stand in the backyard just to see it. It is your childhood dream to sit in an airplane. Now, that airplane is going to be so cheap, and you...
Sound of doorbell.
Listen, open the door. Gyanchang must have come.
Come, brother Gyanchand. Dropped your daughter at school?
Yes. So, what is in the newspaper today?
Oh, man, this Daily Bugle newspaper keeps on playing some bugles every day. Now tell me, if you can get an airplane for 5 lakh rupees, how easy would be the life?
What are you saying, Manny? A plane in $500,000? Who's making it? Where's that printed? Show me.
It is printed at the top. Now you will get an airplane for 5 lakhs.
Sound of turning pages of newspaper.
What should I read? I've forgotten my glasses at home. You must have read the news. Tell me, what is written in the newspaper?
You recognize your wife from a mile away without wearing glasses, and now you want them for reading some news.
How many times have I told you not to step on my painful vein?
The hand is placed on the aching vein, Gyanchand, not the foot. Please, spare the idioms.
Same man, same thing, whether keep foot or hand. The pain must happen only to the aching vein. Then keeping the foot is the superlative degree of the idiom. So, I was saying that the goat which the hunter uses for hunting the lion, that goat can know the smell of a lion from out distance. I am also a goat in front of my wife. She hunts me every day.
Let's leave it. You go on defaming my good sister-in-law. You cannot clap with one hand.
Leave all these things. Tell me the story of the airplane. Who's building such a cost-effective plane?
Yes, listen, Latvia is a country. The scientific people there are engaged in making a cheap, light, durable, and small airplane. The cost would be only $9,000. That is, on multiplying by 50, the Indian rupee will have 4.5 lakh rupees, and taxes of about 50,000. In this way, an arrangement of 5 lakh rupees will have to be made. That's it.
I cannot believe in what you're saying. Such an inexpensive plane.
You are also right. But Gyanchand, today, science has progressed so much that everything is possible. Anyway, we are not going to build the plane. This is the headache of Latvians. We just Need to collect 5 lakh rupees and wait until this plane will be ready and when it will come for sale in India. Friend, having read this, I have no patience.
There must have been more information printed in the newspaper about the plane.
Yes, why not? This plane would be built of duraluminium and fiber.
From which millennium?
Oh man, not from millennium, but from duraluminium. Also, a small airstrip will be needed to fly this plane. So for this, work will be done from your roof. Landlord will grumble a little, but if he's thrown into the ship a few times, then he will also be happy. Our jet will halt for the night there. Although the ship will have 2 engines, but it will fly only with 1. Second engine will be required at the time of takeoff.
This is great. Flying with 1 engine will save on petrol as well as money. Anyway, petrol prices are touching the sky today. My Mercedes never sees the gas pump, so we will get a chance to visit it.
Be quiet. Let me first read the news of the plane completely, and then spread my knowledge. And do not call a bicycle a Mercedes. If Mercedes Company listen to you, then they will pluck the hair off their head.
Look, Manny G. For me, that old cycle is no less than a Mercedes. Tell us more about the plane.
This plane will also have excellent security arrangements. In case of any accident, its seat will throw you out with a parachute.
The plane will be insured, so there'll be no worry about damage. What is the matter? Both financial and physical harm will be saved.
Manny is looking up. Lights fade. Scene 2. Lights up on an airplane, and we hear an airplane.
Hey, Shaku should have been ready early today. These women take so much time to get ready that the bird will eat the field and lay eggs. Your makeup won't be visible from below. We will return after taking a round of the city.
Papa, I'm ready.
Shh, Saku, darling. We will go sometime again to show off to relatives. Today, only the family trial of this plane will be taken. After taking a few rounds of the city, you will return within an hour.
Papa, where should I sit? There are just 2 seats here.
Son, you sit on the lap of your mother. Tomorrow, a small seat for you will be installed by the blacksmith.
Sound of ships grunting.
Why is it not starting?
I don't know what the matter is. I am trying.
The company should have shown it a few times earlier, brought it on a truck, then lifted up from a crane and left it on the roof. Just see. Sometimes something must be written in the book. There are some diagrams.
Papa, when Rinku's father's scooter doesn't work, he bends it down.
Sound of the ship starting and taking off and flying.
You are flying the aircraft very fast. I'm feeling dizzy. Please slow down.
Guys, look down. Gian Chand is coming on his grandfather's cycle to buy vegetables from the vegetable market. Gian! Gian Chand, look up! Gian Chand!
Look how many kites are around, Papa.
No, Shivu. One should not place hands out of the window. Take your hands in.
Lights fade. Scene 3.
Manny, what happened to you? Why are you yelling? Have you given up on the thought of buying a plane?
Yes. Nothing. What were you saying?
Enter Shaku.
Passengers are informed of the plane has reached Delhi 6. Please fasten your belts. The outside temperature is 25 degrees Celsius, and the tea temperature is 98 degrees. So, have some tea and come down to earth. Shivu is ready with his bag. He will be late for school again. He has already made your cycle shine by cleaning it with a cloth. Consider it as an airplane. And now go to work.
Oh, it is 10 o'clock. I am again late today.
I will go home then. Let me have some tea. In your meaningless airplane thing, I was about to sell my Mercedes. How can an airplane compare? Neither petrol or a license is required.
Sound of a bicycle bell.
Papa, hurry up. I am again late for school today.
Coming, son. Let my crew get ready first.
Lights fade. Sound of flying ship. End of play. And so, Hothouse is a wrap. Our sincere thanks to Matt McCooey and all the creative and dedicated students here in the TV studio for their work bringing Hothouse to your home viewing. And of course, to our wonderful actors. Thank you for your enthusiasm and talent in bringing the characters of all these plays vividly to life. I hope we see you next year.